The Atlanta Falcons fired everybody. After 8 straight losing seasons, the organization ripped out the front office, the coaching staff, and the old way of doing things in one offseason. Ian Cunningham walked in as general manager. Kevin Stefanski, a 2-time coach of the year, took over as head coach. Matt Ryan returned as president of football. And a defense built almost entirely by rookies, in 2025, still managed to set a franchise record with 57 sacks. The pass rush is young, it is violent, and its best player is fighting to stay on the field. Bijan Robinson put up 2,298 scrimmage yards last season, the 12th highest single-season total in NFL history. Drake London and Kyle Pitts anchor a pass-catching core surrounded by new weapons in Jahan Dotson, Olamide Zaccheaus, and rookie speedster Zachariah Branch. Tommy Rees is calling plays. Chris Lindstrom is a 4-time Pro Bowler protecting the pocket, and a quarterback who was released by his former team and left for dead, signed in Atlanta for the league minimum. The move nobody saw coming. The fit nobody has fully explained yet. On defense, Jalen Walker and James Pierce Jr. combined for 16 sacks as rookies. Brandon Dorlus broke out with 8.5. Zach Harrison had 4.5 in 7 games before a knee injury ended his year. This front is terrifying, and it is about to add reinforcements nobody is talking about. The NFC South sent 0 teams to the playoffs in 2025. One team in this division is going to own it. The Falcons believe they are built to be the ones who take it. But before we get into that, hit that like and subscribe button for more Falcons and all the NFL content. Let's aim 500 likes on this video. The Falcons' defensive line in 2025 did something no Atlanta front had done before. 57 sacks, a franchise record, and the group responsible was one of the youngest in the NFL. Brandon Dorlus, a 4th-round pick from Oregon, erupted for 8.5 sacks in his first extended season of action. His 8.9% pressure rate suggested some of those sacks were fortunate, but his ability to wreck plays against the run, and the pass was undeniable. He finished with 30 total tackles and became one of the most disruptive interior linemen in the conference. Zach Harrison was arguably the most complete player on the line before a knee injury ended his season after 7 games. He had 4.5 sacks and a 14.8% pressure rate, a massive step forward from his first 2 years. He was tied for the team lead in sacks when he went down, and was the most consistent run defender between the tackles. Jeff Ulbrich used him in 8 different alignments with significant snaps in at least 6. Harrison returns healthy in 2026 and enters a contract year with everything to prove. Jalen Walker posted 5.5 sacks as a rookie edge rusher. His run defense was a revelation for a player many expected to be a pass rush specialist. LaCal London quietly added 5 sacks from the interior. The Falcons traded Rook Orhorhoro for Maason Smith, who will compete at nose tackle. Veteran Deshaun Hand signed in free agency to stabilize the run defense. This unit ranked 15th in total defense, but 24th against the run. The talent to close the gap is on the roster. Closing it is the difference between good and dominant. Bijan Robinson does not need an introduction. He needs a trophy case. His 2,298 scrimmage yards in 2025 were the 12th highest in a single NFL season. He broke the 2,000-yard mark for only the 3rd time in Falcons history, joining Jamal Anderson and William Andrews. He rushed for a 93-yard touchdown against the Rams in Week 17, the longest run in franchise history. First-team All-Pro, 3 straight Pro Bowls. He is 24 years old. Drake London and Kyle Pitts formed the pass-catching foundation. London posted 100 catches and 1,271 yards in 2024 before dipping to 919 in a chaotic 2025. Pitts scored a career-high 5 touchdowns and logged 928 receiving yards, earning second-team All-Pro honors. The issue has always been maximizing both at the same time. Over the past 4 years, The offense has rarely featured both London and Pitts cooking simultaneously. Tommy Rees inherits the challenge of scheming them into consistent production together. Moving London to the X receiver spot and letting Pitts own the big slot is one path forward. The receiver room behind London got a complete overhaul. Darnell Mooney was released. Jahan Dotson, a Super Bowl 59 champion with the Eagles, signed in free agency. Olamide Zaccheaus returned to Atlanta after stops in Philadelphia, Washington, and Chicago. Zachariah Branch, a third-round pick from Georgia who ran a 4.36 40, adds elite speed and return ability. Kevin Stefanski has always leaned on play action, defined reads, and heavy personnel. The weapons are here. The play caller is new. The offense has more paths to production than it has had in years. Josh Sweat does not want to be in Arizona. Kyle Odegaard, a Cardinals insider, reported Sweat is unhappy with the organization after head coach Jonathan Gannon was fired and replaced by Mike LaFleur. Sweat skipped OTAs. He requested a trade after Gannon's departure. Teams have called. The Cardinals went 3-14 in 2025 and are eyeing a first-round quarterback in 2027. Moving Sweat collects draft capital while the franchise rebuilds. Sweat posted 12 sacks, 13 tackles for loss, and 4 forced fumbles in 2025. He won Super Bowl 59 with the Eagles before signing a 4-year, $76.4 million deal with Arizona. He is 29 and has 3 years remaining on his contract with no guaranteed money beyond 2026. The Cardinals saved $10.9 million by trading him after June 1st. The expected asking price is a third-round pick based on comparable trades. For a player who has 2 double-digit sack seasons in the past 3 years, the cost is a bargain. Here's what the Falcons do. Trade a 2027 third-round pick for Sweat. Slide Zach Harrison inside to defensive tackle, where he was the team's best run defender before his injury. Harrison has lined up in 8 different alignments and has the size, at 6'5", 270 pounds, to thrive on the interior. Sweat takes Harrison's edge spot. Jalen Walker and James Pierce Jr. remain on the outside. Brandon Dorlus and Mason Smith rotate inside. The run defense problem from 2025 disappears. The pass rush becomes the deepest and most dangerous in the NFL. One phone call to Arizona changes this defense from very good to elite. Avion Terrell heard his name called at pick 48 and walked into a secondary where his older brother, A.J. Terrell Jr., has been a cornerstone for 6 years. Both brothers attended Westlake High School in Atlanta. Both played at Clemson. Both were drafted by the Falcons. Ian Cunningham gave Avion a fully guaranteed contract, the lowest pick in league history to receive one. The plan is to start him outside and focus on being the best boundary corner he is able to be, mirroring the blueprint Jeff Ulbrich used with Jalon Walker in 2025. The long-term projection is more interesting. Avion has inside-outside versatility, similar to Devin Witherspoon and Trent McDuffie, 2 of the highest-paid corners in the league. The NFL is trending toward bigger, more athletic slot defenders who fit the run and cover number 1 receivers. Nick Emenwari proved this with the Seahawks during their Super Bowl 60 run, playing big nickel at safety size and helping Seattle hold opponents to a league-low 3.7 yards per carry. Kendall Daniels, a 4th-round pick at 6'5" and 242 pounds, fits the same mold. He is a converted safety with linebacker size and mirrors the Emenwari archetype Ulbrich wants. Now the elephant in the room. James Pierce Jr. entered a 1-year pretrial intervention program in Miami-Dade County after his February arrest. His ex-girlfriend, WNBA player Rickea Jackson, dropped the restraining order. All charges will be dismissed if Pierce completes the program. The NFL has not ruled on a suspension, but comparable cases suggest 4 to 6 games. Samson Ebukam provides veteran edge depth while Pierce is out. When Pierce returns, he joins a front, even deeper than the one setting franchise records. The talent is not the question. The timeline is. The NFC South sent 0 teams to the playoffs in 2025. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are aging out of their competitive window. The New Orleans Saints are in full rebuild mode. The Carolina Panthers are still searching for a stable answer at quarterback after years of carousel. The division is wide open, and the Falcons have the most complete roster in it. Atlanta's strength of schedule in 2026 ranks 5th, easiest in the NFL. Their opponents combined for a win percentage of .465 last season. 7 of their opponents used heavy personnel packages above the league average, which is relevant because the Falcons ranked 31st in EPA per play allowed against heavy personnel in 2025. The additions of Kendall Daniels, Maason Smith, Deshaun Hand, and a healthy Zach Harrison directly addressed the problem. The Falcons also added Sidney Brown at safety and retained Jesse Bates III, who earned second-team All-Pro with 3 interceptions last season. Xavier Watts led the team with 5 picks. The schedule opens in Pittsburgh and includes matchups against Detroit, Baltimore, Cincinnati, and Kansas City. Those are real tests. But the late season stretch features consecutive NFC South opponents. And if this team is healthy entering December, the division is theirs. Atlanta has the best running back in football, a defensive front built to dominate, and a coaching staff with a track record of winning. Kevin Stefanski went to the playoffs in 2 of his first 3 seasons in Cleveland. He inherited a worse roster there than what he walks into here. The path is clear. The Falcons have not made the playoffs since 2017. Everything about this roster says the drought is about to end. Tua Tagovailoa was released by the Miami Dolphins in March 2026 after a 6-8 season plagued by 15 interceptions. Atlanta signed him for the league minimum. The Dolphins are still paying his $54 million salary. For a quarterback with a career record of 44-32 in a season where he led the NFL in passing yards in 2023, the price is absurd. The fit with Kevin Stefanski is the part nobody has fully broken down yet. Stefanski has always built his offense around play action, layered route concepts, and defined quarterback reads. He does not ask his quarterback to freelance. He asks him to execute within structure. That is where Tua thrives. In Miami, Mike McDaniel maximized Tua's efficiency through scheme and pace. Stefanski operates with the same philosophy, but adds a heavier run game foundation with Bijan Robinson as the centerpiece. Tua's accuracy under pressure ranked 11th in the NFL over the past 3 seasons. He does not need an elite offensive line. He needs a system that puts him in rhythm, and Stefanski's offense does this. Michael Penix Jr. offers a different ceiling. His arm talent on deep throws is special, but his accuracy over the past 3 seasons ranked 49th out of 52 qualifying quarterbacks. Bottom 5, regardless of the situation. He is rehabbing an ACL. Alex Van Pelt, the new quarterback's coach, is known for improving footwork under center and in play action sequences. The competition is legitimate. Stefanski has said both quarterbacks will play in the preseason. If Tua recaptures his 2023 form, this offense has a Pro Bowl floor. If Penix wins the job, the Falcons have a franchise arm for the next decade. Either outcome pushes this team forward. Every piece is in place. A new front office under Ian Cunningham, a proven head coach in Kevin Stefanski, a generational running back in Bijan Robinson who put up historic numbers last season, a defensive front led by Brandon Dorlus, Zach Harrison, Jalon Walker, and a returning James Pierce Jr. with 57 sacks to build on. 2 quarterbacks in Tua Tagovailoa and Michael Penix Jr. competing for the starting job in a system designed to maximize efficiency. The 5th easiest schedule in the NFL. A division where no team made the playoffs in 2025. All of it pointing in one direction. The Falcons go 10-7, they win the NFC South. The 8-year losing streak dies in 2026. Bijan Robinson finishes top 3 in MVP voting. The defense records 50+ sacks for the 2nd straight year. And the quarterback competition produces a starter who leads this team to its first playoff appearance since 2017. Drop your win total prediction in the comments. If you think 10 wins is too high, tell me which division rival stops them. If you think it is too low, subscribe and bring the receipts when this team is 14-3. Either way, this comment section is about to be a war zone. This is the year the narrative around the Atlanta Falcons changes. The roster is built, the coaching staff is proven, the schedule is favorable, the division is weak, and the franchise record 57 sack defense is returning almost every contributor while adding reinforcements at every level. The next breakdown on this channel covers the player who will determine whether this defense stays good or becomes historically great. You do not want to miss it.